The fight against oligarchy. Senator Sanders' cross-country rally ignites a nation. Independent Senator Bernie Sanders from Vermont is traversing the nation on his Fight Oligarchy tour, igniting a firestorm of resistance against the Trump administration and its increasingly authoritarian actions. This isn't just another political campaign. It's a grassroots uprising fueled by a deep-seated anger and disillusionment with the current state of American governance. The senators' rallies are drawing unprecedented crowds, exceeding anything seen in his decades-long political career, a testament to the widespread anxiety gripping the nation. The sheer scale of the crowds is a striking visual representation of the public's unease. Sanders is filling venues across the country, not just in traditionally Democratic strongholds, but also in Republican-held districts and swing states that Democrats lost in the 2024 election. This widespread support signifies a growing dissatisfaction that transcends partisan lines, uniting Americans from diverse backgrounds under a common banner of opposition to the Trump administration's policies. The core of Sanders' message resonates deeply with this feeling of unease. He directly accuses the Trump administration of systematically dismantling crucial government agencies, citing the recent executive order aiming to dissolve the Department of Education. An action Sanders vehemently denounces as illegal, bypassing the necessary congressional approval. This audacious move, coupled with the administration's blatant disregard for a federal judge's order to prevent the deportation of Venezuelan immigrants, underscores the Trump administration's disregard for established legal processes and democratic norms. The senators' arguments gain further potency when viewed within the larger context of the past 2 months since Trump's return to power. The dizzying pace of controversial decisions and executive actions has left many Americans feeling overwhelmed and increasingly distrustful of their government. This sense of instability and uncertainty, coupled with the erosion of democratic institutions, is at the heart of Sanders' Fight Oligarchy campaign. Sanders argues that the current administration is not simply mismanaged, but fundamentally operates as a government of the billionaire class, for the billionaire class, by the billionaire class. He explicitly points to Elon Musk, the world's richest person, who contributed nearly $300 million to Trump and other Republicans in the 2024 election, as a key figure in this narrative. Musk's involvement in the administration's cost-cutting measures, including sweeping overhauls to veterans' services and Social Security, further reinforces Sanders' claim of an administration prioritizing the interests of the ultra-wealthy at the expense of the general population. This is not a subtle critique. It is a direct and forceful accusation aimed at exposing the perceived corruption at the heart of the current government. This direct attack on the administration's actions extends beyond mere criticism. It represents a call to action. Sanders' message is not merely one of condemnation, but a clarion call for active resistance. He urges the opposition party to learn from its past failures and adopt more aggressive, grassroots-driven strategies. This message resonates deeply with the crowds attending his rallies, who often express frustration with the perceived inaction and perceived weakness of the Democratic Party establishment. While Sanders directly criticizes the Trump administration's actions, he notably refrains from engaging in direct attacks on other prominent figures within the opposition. He dismisses questions about Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer, who is facing calls for his resignation, and similarly avoids commenting on speculation surrounding Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez's potential Senate run. This strategic silence suggests a focus on the larger issue at hand, the fight against oligarchy, rather than internal party squabbles. His refusal to engage in these internal debates is further emphasized by his own actions. He highlights the stark contrast between his massive, energized rallies and the perceived lack of grassroots engagement within the Democratic Party. The sheer scale of his rallies, packed with enthusiastic supporters, serves as a powerful counterpoint to the criticisms leveled against the Democratic leadership. It's a visual representation of a grassroots movement demanding change and actively challenging the status quo. The Fight Oligarchy tour is not simply a series of rallies, it's a movement. It's a response to a growing sense of powerlessness amongst ordinary Americans. It's a rejection of a system perceived as rigged in favor of the wealthy and powerful, and a call for a more just and equitable society. Senator Sanders' cross-country journey is far more than a political tour. It is a testament to the enduring power of grassroots activism and the unwavering determination of a people fighting to reclaim their democracy. The overwhelming turnout at his rallies, the passionate energy of his supporters, and the undeniable urgency of his message all suggest that the fight against oligarchy is far from over. The battle is on, and the people are answering the call.